welcome back to the Southern Snack, where life is too short to be serious. All right, folks, we're back at Wendy's, where Pumpkin Spice has taken over. So they got a Pumpkin Spice Cold Brew and a Pumpkin Spice Frosty. All right, so let's go ahead and pose for that thumbnail. Now, I know a lot of people probably got it in the normal cups, but they got new kickoff cups with Fox for football, so I got them in those weird cups. I would have preferred regular, but oh well. It's been a hectic afternoon and kind of frustrating. They only had one packet of syrup, so they mixed it with the Frosty, of course, and they didn't have a packet for the coffee. So you might be wondering, how are you doing this review, Southern Snack? And let me tell you what, subscribe and like and comment first. All right, so your answer, though, is and this is what I was going to do. He ended up mixing the Pumpkin Spice Frosty mix into the coffee. So, disclaimer, it's not going to straight up taste like the Pumpkin Spice Cold Brew because it's going to have a lot of vanilla from the Frosty and from the fact that when he was offering, at first he was offering to replace it, I said vanilla. So he got smart. He did exactly what I was going to do, and he mixed in some Frosty. So now I don't have to mix it in. So that's really cool. But this lid, there's always so much that wants to come out. We're going to go ahead and try the Frosty first, and then we'll go from there, right? I'm hearing mixed reviews on this. Some people love it, some people don't. It's all about that syrup. So a lot of pumpkin spice syrups are different than each other. Some are really good, some of them are bad. It just depends. So let's try it out. It's not bad, but it is definitely a less impressive pumpkin spice syrup. Maybe not as quite as bad as what Wawa uses, but I might be eating my words if Wawa uses the same thing. It could be the malt and the Frosty that, you know, holds this from being a disaster. Because yeah, it's definitely got that cheap pumpkin flavor to it. A good pumpkin spice has a nice robust mix of indulgent pumpkin flavor with spices. This one definitely leans to that, I would say, artificial pumpkin flavor. But I like it just because of, you know, the way that it mixes with the Frosty. I think it really goes down good. So no complaints on it. But there are definitely better pumpkin spice items. I will give it a 7. That's definitely what I'm seeing here. It's a 7. You know, there's just better pumpkin spice flavors, but that malt in the Frosty kind of really interacts well with this syrup. You know, you can take a bad pumpkin spice syrup and make it good if you have the right things going in there. So with Wawa, if they just mix it with their coffee, it's no bueno. But when they throw in like a cheesecake milkshake, for example, very bueno, very good. So we're gonna end this review off trying the coffee. It's probably kind of thick now because it's got ice cream, but you know. It's not bad. I know it's a bit vanilla forward. There's good hints of it. Definitely not as good as the Frosty. Again, you have less of that malt You've got more coffee involved in everything. So definitely just not quite as good of an experience. So I'm gonna give it a 6. I don't know. I just, a lot of times Wendy's doesn't like wow me with their new Frosty flavors. Like when Snackalator, when he said they were gonna do caramel apple, I was more excited about that. That sounds more interesting. But pumpkin spice, I was worried in a way, because you never know with the syrup that they use, and so with anyone uses. So not a great syrup, but they did an okay job. I'll give them that. They did fine. But yeah, so far out of the variations they've done, I'd have to probably say my favorite has certainly been peppermint so far. And even that could have had a little bit more oomph to it. But yeah, I like them doing variations, so hopefully we could keep seeing them. But if they keep letting us down a little bit, I don't know how feasible it is. They got to change it up. They got to do something that works. So, again, no complaints here, other than the dramatic situation we were in to start with. But yeah, that's my review, and I'll see y'all around. Yeah.